Okay, so now we have an essay that's more or less put together. We need to make sure that our citation and our works cited are correct. So this video is going to be a review of how to correctly use MLA format to format your parenthetical citations and your works cited page. So what is a parenthetical citation? Anytime you use specific evidence or a specific quote from a source, you need to use a parenthetical notation to say where that evidence, where that idea, where that quote came from. So in my sort of mock-up of an essay here, you can see that, oh, here we go. We've got one here, got one here, I've got one here. What's really important to know here is that my works cited page is only going to include the sources that I've actually used in my paper. It's not going to include necessarily everything I read or everything I took notes from. That would be what's called a works consulted page. In this case, we want a works cited page. What did I actually use in my paper? So let's start with the actual works cited. The works cited is going to be on a new page at the end of my essay. In this sample, I have used 4 sources. This article by Tim Buffo, Should the Blackhawks Ditch Their Indian Head Logo? This Ending the Era of Harmful Indian Mascots. And then also 2 articles by Sari Horowitz, The Hard Lives and High Suicide Rate, which the whole class read, and From Broken Homes to a Broken System. So this is just an example of the kind of sources I may have used, and I copied and pasted these out of the document that I have provided to you with the works cited. That document, however, just gives you the actual text and punctuation for the works cited page. You still have work to do. I copied and pasted them in just as they appear, but I'm not finished here. Okay, so there's some obvious things, right? So first of all, I want to make sure everything's in the same font. So let's put this all in Arial. That's a fairly straightforward thing, but it does matter. Make sure it's all 12 point. Okay. Now, the order of my citations matters. It needs to be alphabetical by the first thing in the citation. So I have a B, I have an E, I have an H, and I have an H. So B, E, H is correct. Now I have to figure out which of these H's comes first. Sari Horowitz is the same, so then I look to the next word. I never count articles A, N, and the. So I have the Hard Lives H or From F, Broken Homes. So actually, oops, this one comes first. Okay, now the other thing I want to do is I want to take out any extra spaces. All right, now I want to double space my page. So highlight everything, I go to Format, Line Spacing, Double. Okay, but now it kind of just looks like a big block of text. Oh, I also want to take out the weird color on this, right? So there we go. I take out the highlighting. All right, now it just looks like a big block of text. So how does my reader know when a new entry begins? Well, a new entry is supposed to begin here at the margin, and then when it goes on to a second line, it needs to be indented. There we go. So this is a new entry. It stays at the margin. Oops. Okay. And this one also, I'm going to have to run into a second recording because I'm going to be cut off on time on this recording. But you get the idea here. You're going to finish doing this so that each new entry starts, and then we'll do a second recording.